This is Cycle 1, Week 12, the Muslim Empire. My song is set to the tune of Melikaliki Makkah because it sounds like Medina, Mecca, Baghdad. It just goes with it. I'm all about puns, sounds like, and homophone, so it just fits. Here's our song, Show Me the Muslim Empire. Medina, Mecca, Baghdad, Syria, Damascus, tours the Muslim Empire. Let's do that one more time. Medina, Mecca, Baghdad, Syria, Damascus, tours the Muslim Empire. Now I have colored my Muslim Empire in a light purple, and the reason I have done this is not exact, but I wanted to give you a visual as to what is going on here. If you saw my last week's video, you would have seen that the Byzantine Empire covers all of the area that lies along the banks of the Mediterranean Sea. So we are talking about 100 years or so, give or take, later. Muhammad was born in Mecca, and here's how you can remember which one is on the bottom. He was born in Mecca, so he started at the bottom and he rose to the top. And in Islam, which is, he had his revelation whenever Allah came to, or the angel Gabriel came to see him with the message from Allah. He started at the bottom and he rose to the top and he spread out. So that's how you can remember Mecca on the bottom here. But in just a short amount of time, the Byzantine Empire, Justinian died in 565 AD. Muslim spread through the world in 632. So that is about 100 years, not even 100 years later. And you can see how quickly that it has just completely taken over here. When we sing our song, our timeline song, Franks defeat Muslims at the Battle of Tours, this is what we are talking about. So as the Muslim Empire was spreading, it got to Tours, and the Franks, which were the people who lived here in modern day France, they said, you are not going to have our city. And they defeated the Muslims and managed to push them back and contain them to this area here until somebody else came along. But Tours was a stronghold of the Franks, and the Muslims were not giving up. Now on this side here, I do think that they continue to spread around, because this is modern day Turkey and Constantinople / Istanbul, depending on who you talk to. The Christians call it Constantinople. The Muslims call it Istanbul. I think modern day, people more refer to this as Istanbul, depending on if you're on the European side maybe, or the Asia side. But at least you can see a visual spread. This is the golden age of Islam. Ooh, so this is the golden age of Islam that we sing about in our timeline song, when the massive spread happened throughout Africa and Asia, and even tried to creep up into Europe. Compare and contrast that with the Byzantine Empire, which controlled just basically the coast or the banks of the, except for right here, those Franks, buddy, they were not happy to give up their town here. But this is Tours, by the way. But you can see the difference in the Muslims 100 years later or so came over and took over where the Byzantine Empire once were. Pretty bloody stuff going on back then. Happy learning.